everyone. Welcome to the Seneca County Board of Commissioner meeting, date November 14th, 2024. It's 10 a.m. and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for your bountiful harvest as farmers are wrapping up the fall season. This has been a fantastic fall. We are certainly glad for the dry weather, and now we're getting our rain to replenish the soil with the water for next year's crop. So, and please pray for our veterans as we just went through Veterans Day, and all of our soldiers that's keeping our land free. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Commissioner Schuff,
Here.
Commissioner Franker,
Here.
Okay, at this time, we'll accept a motion to approve the digital audio recording of our previous board meeting back on November 7th
and the two joint ditch
And-
hearings that we had last.
and the two joint ditch hearings that we had.
Good catch. So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. So we do have an appointment, but they're not here yet? Or
Not
they-
here yet.
And
Okay.
I hear you, so
So when they come in, we'll turn it over to Commissioner Schuff. That's okay, we'll jump into commissioner reports. You go first since you
Sure.
did the prayer.
yeah. So office, our office was closed on Monday for Veterans Day. Big thank you, and just with our veterans, it's good to celebrate them and what they've done and brought to the table and keeping our country free.
See three of them in here,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe.
Also, this week, just going through budget stuff, working on some economic development items here this week as well. On Tuesday, Bill, or when, no, Tuesday for Celebrate Youth, yes.
Yep.
So we were out at Carmi's, Commissioner Frankert and I and Sherry, we had our Celebrate Youth luncheon. It was nice, we had Judge Meyer out there, and they honored a bunch of different young men and women and special people that got some recognition for some of the things that they do here around the community, so it was nice to attend that. Today, I have a Heritage Ohio meeting at 12 that I'm going to try to jump into here once we're done with our meeting. Teen Center board meeting at 4, and that's all I got for now.
You good?
As Tyler alluded to, I want to, on Veterans Day on Monday, there was quite a celebration. I want to throw a shout out to Walter Hepp, who received his diploma after being 90 years old
That was
over in
pretty
Calvert.
cool.
So
Yeah.
Walter's been actually out in Adams Township for a long time, former township trustee. He and my dad were
I did
trustees.
not know that.
Yeah, so he and my dad served together as trustees before Walter retired. Stuff on that. Great family, and 15 kids, and a lot of grandkids. So a good. I tell you, Walter's a great guy, and a lot of accomplishments to his life and stuff on that. So I want to give Walter a shout out, congratulate him on getting his diploma and stuff on it. So. Tuesday morning, went out to New Riegel kind of for the punch list as that building project starts to get finalized and stuff on that. A few minor things, but nothing really too major and stuff on that. I think since we had to carbon copy from Bloomville, moved to New Riegel, that helped a lot. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we kind of
Learned by
learned.
mistakes.
You betcha. So yeah, so no, the building looks fantastic out there, and looking forward at in the near future.
Do we have an update guess when we could open?
I'm thinking probably December.
December,
I think
yeah.
they have to wait for pharmacy board
Okay.
to come down and make sure that that's legitimate, and then we have to get that approval before we can actually move into that building, to have pharmacy in that building.
Okay.
Yep, looks real good. And then Albert Tyler on the annual Celebrate Youth Luncheon. It was a great event. They not only celebrate the youth, but there's also some adults that they celebrate too for being part into the youth's life and leading them and stuff on that. So nice tribute to those kids and adults out there for that. So
Short week, yeah.
yeah, kind of short week with Veterans Day, and yeah, and
So, yeah. Good?
Very good.
We had a FAA, Federal Aviation Administration call. Our contact is out of Michigan area, handles this part of Ohio. That was a good call.
Yeah.
I would say very productive. We have a trolling 10-year airport plan, so that call was to update that. As you're well aware, we awarded the master plan, so that moved up is kind of what we're going to be doing the next 2 years. And then you have to allocate funds, projects, and some funds aren't eligible. It's government, but we work through it. So we're pretty excited about the plan. I mean, the goal is we need to have this study, but we want to extend the runway. And the commissioners have been buying property and taking houses down and talking about this for years. And so this is kind of the big step that will determine if that's warranted or not. So that's going to take a couple of years to study. So that was good. And just thank you, veterans. We started with the veteran dinner, and it was just neat to see all the luncheons at Seneca East, and it was all the events play out for the week. It's kind of a cool thing.
I was gonna say there was quite a few restaurants and small business establishments that either had discounted meals, or I know there was some that did free meals for veterans, or 10, 20, 30% off.
2-3 weeks ago. It's just been
Yeah.
kind of a cool veteran month kind of thing. So, back to you.
Okay, I just have a couple of things. I received notification from CCAO during the weekly, I guess it's a newsletter that they send out, that the Department of Safety, Public Safety is hosting town halls on EMS workforce. Just want to let you guys know that there are 4 of them. They all take place next week. They are going to be virtual or in person. The first one is November the 18th, and it's at Penna Career Center in Perrysburg. And then they're establishing them all over the state. I will pass this information along to you guys, but I don't know exactly. They're trying to figure out the issues facing the EMS workforce, so might be something. I believe that the session starts at 6 p.m. and will finish no later than 7 p.m. according to this information. So.
Can you send it?
Yeah, I will make sure that you guys get that information. Like I said, you can do them virtually, so it's not like you have to actually go to any of these places. And some of them are in Fairfield Township, which is, I believe, Cincinnati area, Logan, and then Apple Creek. So, but they are doing them virtually as well, so maybe we can
Do something on the conference too.
Yeah, there is. I got a draft of the CCAO conference. I will also get that out to you guys as well. That they have a session on EMS at CCAO conference too. So,
You think it'd be good for maybe Andrea to virtual that in, just for, a resource, and maybe
quite
find-
possibly. I'm not exactly sure what this meeting. I may attend the first one just to kind of get an idea of what they're talking about, and then maybe have Andrea, if it pertains to, yeah. So anybody can. I think anybody can attend. Yeah.
Just send us the link. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Good. So
Yep.
good.
Then I have a couple other, I guess they're budgetary items. Just wanted to let everybody know our online auction ended yesterday. From what the sounds of it, it went pretty well. It went pretty well. I don't have an exact number, so I don't want to divulge that information quite yet. But it was not bad. So a little bit of a gold mine for us, I guess.
Freed up some space.
Yep, and then, so pickup is today from 1 to 4 at the 2 locations that were published on the website, so. So that's some good news. So then I got some bad news. Our sales tax, we got a preliminary sales tax information yesterday, and sales tax is down significantly.
Is that the one we just got from the state?
The CCAO sends it out, they give like preliminary, and this is according to them, is for a September accounting period, which is August sales. These returns include the impact of the 8 days of holiday sales tax in August, but they don't take into account any forthcoming reimbursements from the state. So the state is still not said how they're gonna reimburse counties for these 8 days of, so,
And that does not include, if I read that right, no auto sales or anything
no,
like that?
no.
That just-
The numbers are down, so from me looking at them, it's,
Well, if you do $1 million a month in sales tax, and you take 8 days out of 30, that's a lot of money.
that's a lot of money.
Plus the trend is, the
It's
other
been
days
down,
are
yeah, it's been down, so, but from what I could see,
Yeah.
it doesn't appear that sales tax, had jumped or anything like that. I mean, obviously, you take 8 days out of it, you're gonna lose quite a bit in sales tax, so.
One of the things I did see on that, so I kind of, your August is kind of the big, travel time. So if you go up to Ottawa County, the lake, and then between them and Sandusky County, about 150,000 less. In Sandusky County, and we're about 150,000 less than Sandusky County. So it just kind of shows that how much of an impact it does, for the lake traffic and stuff
Yeah.
up there. That's, yeah, I did notice that on that review.
Yep. So,
Love local.
but I will have actual, I should have actual sales tax numbers next week, because they go out, on the 15th. But I generally don't see them till the 17th or the 18th. But I should have those numbers available next week. And then, just to let you guys know, I feel like we're on schedule to have the budget approved next week. Just a few tweaks have to be made. We had to do some cuts on some lines, like supplies and travel, just so that we could, potentially give raises to our employees. I mean, they are the backbone of our county. They do the work. So we're trying, but that is a discussion for you guys to have as to what that raise would look like. But I needed to make sure I came in under what the revenue that was certified, so I had to make some cuts there, so.
Okay, good. So next week, we will talk that, right? Okay. So, your guest is not here yet, right? So can we keep moving?
Keep moving.
You good? Okay, old business. Any old business? Back to you. Yeah.
Yep, OSS.
OSS.
Work through, kind of the process there, and I think that through working with our attorney, Jack Van Clay, and stuff on that, and I think coming up here, we have we evaluate our solid waste district being in with the other counties. I think it's, very imperative that for the benefit of Seneca County, I think we really need to look at working with our own solid waste district, creating our own, and kind of go through that process and stuff. So that's kind of, like I said, last week kind of brought it up, and it's been an ongoing discussion anyway. We had Senate Bill 119, to help expedite that. That's kind of, sitting still right now, even though it passed the Senate, 30-0, and there is a process to get out. It's a longer process, but I think that, again, looking for the best interest of our residents here in Seneca County, I really think we need to look at doing our own solid waste district.
I would agree.
So I read the email. We did get an email from our attorney, right? And I looked that over. And I've been thinking since last week, would Seneca County want to leave OSS? Yeah, we talked about that. And I don't think it's contingent on if 119 passes or not. If 119 passed, it would give us an opportunity to leave, and then it had other things in it, 119. Since it's been delayed and drug out, if you brought it up last week, I've been thinking about it. I do think we should put 2 oars in the water and try to go ahead on our own, and ask to be, we're gonna ask OSS to leave, and so we can come on our own in Seneca County and have our own solid waste district. The landfill's located in our county. We have a health department that provides oversight. The landfill has been granted a permit. They've expanded what they're taking in. It's not going away, and I feel that more than ever, we should bring it in-house and try to focus on Seneca County versus 3 counties. Not that OSS is a bad thing, but I think this is best for us in Seneca County.
More local oversight would be better, and I think just for clarity for the public, for us to get out of it, it would take a unanimous vote of all 3 counties for them to let us out, so it's gonna be some conversations to be had.
Good. So, what's next? Do we have,
So I think,
can we, do we have to vote on this?
yeah, we have a resolution.
I have a resolution,
Prepare.
if you guys want, I can present it now. I have no problem.
Might as well- Yeah,
Warren
we're
and
talking about
Chad
it.
had?
Yeah,
We do
one, yep.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's talk about it.
So this resolution is to withdraw from the Ottawa Sandusky Seneca Soil Waste District, Solid Waste District. It's just asking for that permission from OSS.
Okay, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second motion.
Okay. Any more discussion on this? We've talked about this for a long time, right? I think this is just a progression of where we're at in the process. Hearing no discussion, roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. Okay. Any other old business? We good? Anything from you? Okay, move into new business, supplemental appropriations.
There's quite a few this week.
You gonna read them all, or are you gonna break them down?
I can break them down.
What do you wanna do? It's up to you.
I can read through them all. I can break.
Do it all.
It might be easier if I read through them all, and then if there's questions or comments, we can go from there.
Okay.
Out of general fund, I have contract services in the amount of $40,000. This is for additional building permit fees that we have to pay to Safe Built for the remainder of the year. We have, that's a moving target. I don't know how else to explain that one. Again, general fund, the remit to the state is $1,000. Again, this is for building permit fees for the remainder of the year. This is the 3% that is remitted on permits that we actually receive. So it's like 3% of the $40,000 number is how it would end up working. Also from general fund, I have software license and services and for the amount of $4,500. This is for the sheriff's office, for mental health and recovery services is helping to, with the website redesign and hosting. They provided a grant to the sheriff's office, so we're just putting it into the sheriff. It goes into general fund, so they're just asking for that money so that they can take care of that web hosting and redesign. And then out of general fund, I also have a transfer out of $12,000. This again is money that came in from the city of Tiffin for municipal court for Pivot. Again, it goes into general fund, and we need to transfer that money out for the courts, which will come as a resolution. And then I have the federal fiscal year 25 IDEP fund, the salary lines of $1,500, Medicare of $21.75, workers' compensation for $80, and OPERS for $271.50. This is a new cycle for this grant. Obviously, federal fiscal year starts October 1st, so they are implementing the remainder of the year salaries for that grant. And then I have the Seneca County Employees Health Fund for OPERS of $310. It's just to get us through the remainder of the year for OPERS. There was a miscalculation in the budget, so we need to make sure that OPERS can be paid. And then I have the TCAP fund, other expense, $14,402.20. $13,942.75 of this is to pay back to the state as it was a reimbursable grant that was overfunded, and the remainder is for other expenses, probably. I'm not exactly sure what those other expenses would be for, but it's $459. And then I have supplies in the amount of $966.69, again for TCAP. And contract services for $3,750, and travel and expenses for $1,000. Again, these are all for TCAP. These are to get them through the remainder of the year. These are some of the funds that we were working on with the probation and pivot transfer over from Oriana House. So that's what the remainder of these are. Probation funding, grant fund, supplies in the amount of $3,000. Contract services, $1,250. That was contract repairs for $1,250. Contract services for $12,500. Software license and service for $250. Leases for $2,000. Travel and expenses, $125. Other expenses of $1,139.14. Again, this is new funding, since we brought probation services back to the county. This is for the remainder of the year. The next fund is the Ohio Mental Health and Addiction Services Grant, or OMAS. The salaries of $14,250, Medicare of $206.75, workers' compensation for $285, HSA contribution of $400, hospitalization of $3,846.75, OPERS of $1,995, supplies of $6,000, and contract services of $10,500. Again, these are new fund. This is a new fund for them to work with Pivot. So they had to certify revenue, so now they're asking for those appropriations. And this is for the remainder of the year for all of those. So hopefully we'll see any more of those long sup-apps. And then I have two left for the ambulance service fund. Ambulance service replacement of $289,078 for new ambulance. And then contract services of $10,000. This is for a contract with Lexipol. That is all I have.
Wow. It's not like an auctioneer going on there.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Okay, I have some questions, if you can go first. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't know.
Comments? Okay, couple.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
So in the so I believe probation services, mental health, this gets us to the end of the year. We don't have to do this every month. They'll have
No.
a budget.
No,
We'll be good. We're done.
so with these, there was one fund that we had to establish, and then they have to provide appropriation. They have to get revenue certified by Budget Commission before they can appropriate any money. So they received some additional money. So that's why these funds are being asked
So all their
for
grants and
different-
everything,
Yeah.
we had to transfer kind of, right?
What happens is you have to certify the revenue that they,
Auditor-wise.
the auditor has to certify the revenue, auditor, treasurer, and
Recertify.
prosecutor, they certify that revenue, and then, once that revenue is certified, they can then appropriate it to be spent. And that's what they're asking for is,
All of this is within what we agreed on.
Correct.
No new money.
correct,
Or it'd be out of general fund.
yes.
Just check. Down on the EMS vehicle, we talked about this, so you want to explain that a little bit with,
So with an EMS vehicle, it's at least 30 months out till we actually receive the vehicle. But in order to sign the contract, we have to have the money in place. So we are on a rotation of replacing our ambulances. We have one that needs replaced. We have one that is in dire need of being replaced, and it is our backup. So we need to get this going so that we can, in 3 years, have a new ambulance. So hopefully we don't have any issues between now and then.
and this, majority of this money is coming out of this, so everybody knows.
The majority of this money is coming out of the One Ohio opioid fund that the commissioners earmarked for EMS. I believe $230-ish thousand is actually coming out of that money.
That's
So
huge.
it's not coming out of any billing or any other monies that they would get. So it is, we are using that opioid money for what intended purpose.
Yeah, I think that's, so we, the One Ohio money, it's kind of like the tobacco settlement. It's going to be an 18-year payout. We've taken a third of the money, plus all the money we've received to date, plus a third going forward, and we've accumulated over $200,000, and we're going to allocate that towards a CMS vehicle. The other 2/3 goes to Pivot
Correct.
to help with the drug court, and I think we're kind of unwinding it. We have a plan going forward, and we're pretty excited to get this done.
Yeah.
but we're
That's
also
what a lot of
excited
these-
that
that's-
we
that's
can
a-
use that money.
A lot of these supplementals are for the courts too, because they got that money certified that we transferred last week.
Okay. That's good. Any more discussion? Anything else? You good? Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Okay, on to resolutions. The first resolution I have is authorizing fund transfer be made from the LGF alternative formula to the EMA fund in the amount of $70,000.
Make a motion that we pass the resolution?
Second?
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing fund transfer be made to the Children's Services Fund in the amount of $500,000. This is for Job and Family Services.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Excuse me. Resolution authorizing fund transfer be made from the One Ohio Opioid Fund to the Ambulance Service Fund in the amount of $231,612.03.
So moved.
Second?
Okay.
That's for the money, partial money, that's
Yep.
the money that's coming for the ambulance, so.
Roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing a fund transfer be made to the BJA fund in the amount of $12,000. This is for pivot expenses. Again, this is the money that came from the city of Tiffin.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Commissioners to enter into a contract with Burgess Ambulance Sales Incorporated on behalf of the Seneca County EMS.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Commissioners to enter into a contract with Lexipol LLC on behalf of the Seneca County EMS.
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution setting time, excuse me, setting time, date, and place to accept sealed bids to lease farmland situated in Township of Eden County, Seneca of Ohio, County of Seneca, State of Ohio. This is for 147.1 plus or minus acres out by the sheriff's office. The bid opening would be Tuesday, December the 3rd at 10 a.m. I will provide a map with the information.
Okay.
So moved.
Second?
We good? Discussion? Okay. Roll
Commissioner
call.
Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution setting the date and time for viewing and public hearing for the vacation of roadway location in Eden Township, Ohio. This is for a road vacation for an abandoned road considered North Trail out by the Mohawk Country Club Edition in Seneca County. The viewing will be Wednesday, December the 11th at 8:30 a.m. with the hearing following on Thursday, December 12th at 10 a.m.
Can you make we can't make it, can we? The 7th?
Love
The 11th.
The viewing.
The viewing is the 11th.
Okay, say it again. What you just said.
Viewing is December 11th at 8:30,
Okay.
and the hearing is Thursday, December 12th
Good.
at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Week after CCA.
Yeah,
Yeah. that's
yeah,
what-
that, yeah, I had to,
Push the hearing aid in a little bit. Thank you, sorry.
So moved.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradisa.
Yes.
That is all I have, gentlemen.
Sure. I was holding off to your guest guide here, Commish, but maybe we'll have to reschedule that.
something.
But I do have a few things I want to read real quick. So, speaking of veterans, this is great. In the spirit of our 200th Seneca County birthday, on November 11th, 1918, World War I ended. Also on this day, representatives from the French Commission, USDA, and the Seneca County Dairy Company inspected cattle at local farms for the goal of finding healthy cattle to ship to war-torn France. Eventually, 25 Seneca County cattle were loaded on rail cars in Tiffin for the first leg of their long trip to France. Didn't know that. Think about it. 1892, November 15th, 1892. 300 people came out in the snow and cold at the old fairgrounds near Heidelberg campus to see Heidelberg and Findlay College play in Tiffin's first football game ever. Heidelberg won 20-0. November 15th, 1892. Unbelievable. Did you know where the old fairgrounds was? I never knew this. Yeah, over by the Heidelberg campus.
I don't know.
Yeah. Must be real old because it's 175.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll go there.
Anyhow, trivia for the day. Anything else from the board here? Public comment, going around the room. Good?
I have a question.
Shirley, yes.
How will the withdrawal from OSS affect the recycling contract? Or will it?
Yeah, so basically, we will continue on with that program in Seneca County. So there'll be a recycling program and stuff, probably similar to what we have now, maybe even enhanced a little more yet, potentially, so.
Okay.
So the way I'm reading the information the attorney gave us is this is a year
Yeah,
process.
right, yeah. I would have
This
to-
is a year process, so this is just step one to petition to be removed, and then we have a lot of, there'll be plenty to fill in and to set it up. But it'll be similar, recycle, manage the disposal of the waste, and the fees will come to Seneca County. And, yeah, good question. Great question. Anything else?
Johnson.
Yep,
I
John?
have a couple of things.
Yes, sir.
I want to let you guys know, and the public in general, that Monday, early morning, overnight, Sunday night to Monday, we'll be replacing the uninterrupted power supply unit on our 911 system, which will take 911 down in Seneca County. So we have, I've spoken to AT&T about rolling our 911 calls over to either Sandusky County. We have a call into them, actually. The sheriff, Sheriff Stevens is talking to Sheriff Hilton up there to get his blessing on letting us roll our calls over to them for about an hour at most. And if that doesn't work, then if they say no, we want to do that, we're going to go over to Hancock County. These two counties specifically because they're on the same AT&T 911 supply line. Wood County, Huron County are not, which means that those calls would have to be rolled over to an admin line, which doesn't give you things like location, number, services, etc. So going to Fremont, or the Sandusky County dispatch, or over to Hancock County dispatch allows them to capture that information for us. This could take as little as 15 minutes, it could take up to an hour, because Motorola wants to also update the software at the same time we're replacing that power supply. So that's all being arranged. I'll be on site at the Tiffin Police Department where we do house the server at that time to handle the switchover and back. But And there will be information coming out from all three public safety answering points, Sheriff's Office, Tiffin, and Fostoria, letting the public know that don't be alarmed when somebody picks up the phone and says Sandusky County 911. It's going to come down to Tiffin, and they'll make sure that, or to Seneca County, or to wherever it's supposed to go, they'll forward that on to our dispatchers, and we'll be handling calls as usual.
Under the did you know category, did you know that John was a dispatcher?
I did.
Tiffin City, right?
That's right.
How long did you do that?
3 years.
So he's been in the hot seat.
Yep.
Yeah. Was there something on the ballot about 911, anywhere, state, money, phone company? Did
They're
I
working.
read something?
They're working on the EZNet. It wasn't a ballot initiative.
Okay.
They've been collecting money through your phone bills. 911, there's a surcharge on all your phone bills.
Yes.
For every unit that you have that can contact 911. They raised that price about a year and a half
So
ago.
who raised that?
The
Yeah.
state.
The state just did, yeah.
The state
that's what
did
I'm
that
saying.
through legislation, and they raised that
There.
price up to help fund text to 911 and video to 911 throughout the state. We have the 911 software capability to take advantage of that. Up until now, if we wanted to, we would have to contract with an outside provider to do so. But here in the next 6 months, they're starting to roll out, the state is starting to roll out what's called the EZNet. And it will be something we'll be able to link to for free. So we've been holding off on going to text to 911 because it was, at the least, it was somewhere around $60,000 or $70,000 a year for us to do that in the past. It'll be free going forward, and the first 5 counties are being put onto that system here in early 2025. And then when they test that out, that's all working great. They'll start to bring all the other next generation counties on board, and we're a next generation county. So we'll be merging that in with our possible switch to a new 911 platform next year. So that, I just want to let people know that there will be a little hiccup. Now, we've picked this time because it has the lowest census of 911 calls. Early Monday morning between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning, there's usually 1 or 2 calls in the county. So that's the best time for us to take the system down and roll it over to a different dispatch center. So there will be a press release going out from each one of from Tiffin, from Seneca County, from Fostoria, informing their residents of this. As soon as we hear back from Sheriff Hilton, that's okay. And I have no doubt that he's going to say no problem. It's just a formality. The second thing is on November 25th, Monday, November 25th, will be our kickoff of the public portion of the mitigation plan that we're working on. We're going to have 2 meetings that day, and there will be a press release coming out about this too. I just have to go back and write it. We'll have a meeting at 3 o'clock, and this is open to all the public and stakeholders to come in and see what the plan looks like, how to find your desired information in the plan, and we're going to do that twice, once during the day and once in the evening, so that people aren't held up by having to be at work and not being able to come.
Can you put that on the calendar?
Yeah.
I will send a copy of that
I'll try
to you. So all the stakeholders who came to the initial meeting, they're going to get a letter. Okay? And then I'm going to put out a public one inviting the public, and it'll be held at the Public Safety Building Training Room. It takes anywhere, depending on questions, it'll take anywhere from a half an hour to 90 minutes. But the contractor will be there, and myself, and we'll have the plan available. And then it will be available for 10 to 14 days at the library, on our website, et cetera, for people to comment on. And then we make the corrections, changes, et cetera, and submit to the federal government.
Thanks for the update. Good. Any more questions? No.
You said that's 3 and 7?
What?
It's gonna be 3 and 6.
3 and 6.
Because it could be a 90-minute meeting, I didn't want to start it at 7.
Great, good, yeah, good.
Good. Any other public comment at this point?
Just a question, I guess.
Yeah.
I was going through some of our newspapers out front. Seen Sheriff Brown was in town. Did he reach out to our office by chance and let us know that he was coming to Seneca County?
I did not hear anything.
Apparently it was right across the street.
I think it's probably a political event or something, but no. I didn't hear.
I did not hear
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I was just curious. I didn't know. I hadn't seen any emails come through.
Yep.
Dates, so we're clear on the dates, we're gonna meet the
The
21st,
21st.
and we do have the 26th.
It's available if necessary, that
So-
next week of the week of Thanksgiving.
So right this minute, we're holding it. And we'll make the call on the 21st, is that okay? With everybody? We're kind of leaning towards not having a meeting Thanksgiving week, but if we do, it'll be on Tuesday, and we'll make that call next week, depending on things that come up.
Yep.
Okay, but if we approve the budget next Thursday, this meeting, we should be in pretty good shape to take it. Okay, sounds good. Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.